Okay, it's been 3 weeks, so I wanted to do another update video here. Programming and YouTube have been coming along steadily. Uh, Programming's been going really good lately. I think I've just come up with a lot better methods of learning. I've been on a really good schedule with things. And, job market's hard right now. I haven't got a job yet. I need to work on my resume. I've got my portfolio site, all these different things. So I've got the YouTube channel and I've got programming, and it's like all the stuff I want to be working on. And right now, the problem for me is like I want to be dedicating all my time toward that stuff, but it's just all the odds and ends of life of I mean, some of it's like trying to find an apartment to move into. Like me and my brother want to move out of our dad's house and get an apartment, and fingers crossed it looks like that's going through. But there's also been stuff like, just cleaning, grocery shopping, and I had to buy a new computer, getting that all set up. And for a lot of this stuff, it's like, man, if I ever have the money, like if I'm able to get a good job in programming, I want to hire like a Mr. Smithers, or like from The Simpsons. Like I want to be Mr. Burns and have someone like a Smithers who can sort of do all this odds and ends stuff for me, because a lot of times I feel like, I'm like by the time I've walked my dog and done cleaning around the house and done the grocery shopping and all that stuff, it's like I don't have the maximum amount of time to study and work. And it's sort of like if I could make enough money to hire someone and then sort of like do the math and see, okay, is this like paying off? Am I being productive enough with my extra time to justify that expense? I don't know. That's something I would love to do. That's so far off from ever happening right now. But I don't know. That's the. It's just all this stuff like irks me so much, and I just can't like in my room. Like I like to keep it clean, and I just it's like that's a whole process though. I mean, I know some programmers and really productive people will just basically live in pigsties because their mind's really on their work. But not only do I not like that, I find them less productive when I'm like that. I like to work in a clean space. When I get up in the morning and my room's clean, I feel so much better. When I go into the bathroom and that's clean, it feels better. So it's sort of like a non-negotiable. And I can get a lot done by sort of multitasking, where I'll put on audiobooks and all sorts of different stuff to listen to, or a programming podcast. But it's like that'll only take you so far, where you're sort of accumulating all this information. And in regards to researching, it's like researching is like that needs to be broken up between segments of sitting down, taking notes, writing, and doing something with your research. Like if you've been busy all day, like I found this when I worked a blue collar job and I was trying to do YouTube. That first hour of listening to something is really good and you retain a lot, but at a certain point you need to sit down and take notes and write stuff. Like you need to have a good 2 hour long session of just doing that and organizing all your thoughts. And when you just start accumulating this, you keep accumulating this information and it keeps stacking on top of itself. It's like you may as well just listen to music at that point, because you're not really, I don't want to say like you're forgetting everything you learned, but you're not doing anything useful with it. It's sort of a, I don't know, way to explain it. But basically, having that extra time is I don't know, it's like I don't want to be spending it on grunt labor essentially that I feel like is outside of my skill set. That was one of the hardest things about doing blue collar work is I was always trying to find ways to be productive, and like while I was doing the work. And one, your bosses don't want you doing that because, I don't know, you get the feeling a lot of them already don't like when you have earbuds in. But if you don't seem like you're like into your job and you're like talking to the other coworkers and stuff, it's, I don't want to say, it's not like they would all get annoyed, but it's sort of like, well, you've got to go bullshit with the other workers and stuff if you don't want to look too weird. But I hate all that. Like, I feel like when I was at those jobs, I'm just like, I want to learn. I want to get out of here, basically. I don't like talking about all the dumb shit that people talk about in these jobs, and especially, just complaining about our bosses or whatever. I don't know, that's a whole other discussion, but it's just, yeah, I don't know if there's a solution to that right now. It's just, if I ever have I don't know, I'm always looking for ways to make all these tasks simpler and reduce the amount of time I spend on this extra crap. But frankly, as someone who does not have, like, if I paid someone to do that right now, like, yeah, I have money in savings, but I would just burn through all that crap. Frankly, as someone without much um without much disposable income, it's just a tricky spot to be in. Um, because you just feel like you're stuck doing all this mundane crap and you don't really you know, there really is no other option. You got to do that, and then you got to do your own work alongside of it. And for me, one of the things that stresses me out is I just feel like if I was raised with a lot more discipline, I would have figured this all out so much earlier, instead of being I'm going to be 29 this March, and it's like, even if I get somewhere in life, it's going to be like, man, it shouldn't have taken me this long, because I kind of had to figure out all this stuff on my own, really. I don't know if anyone younger comes across this video. It's like, hopefully you don't you don't end up in this place. Like, it shouldn't be, this late in life. Like, I feel like I've learned a lot. I figured stuff out, and I might be on my way to something good, to a better job. But it's like, man, like, there's just so much BS I wish I could have gotten around earlier and sooner, and been on to better things. Anyways, YouTube's been going pretty good, and I did have a video get demonetized, which I kind of knew based on the topic. There was the big issue with this video is I knew it was going to be demonetized, but I still thought it would get lots of views. But the thing is, YouTube also age restricted the video. And I don't think it's going to mark anything red against our channel because of the topic. It's not like we were promoting anything YouTube really doesn't like. It was just, the topic's a sensitive one, and YouTube reviewed it, and they're basically like, you're not in bad standing or anything, but this is, it's an age restricted topic. So the views have just, it was a video I spent a long time on, and the views just aren't there for it. So what I was hoping would happen is the video would do, is it wouldn't be monetized, but it'd get a lot of views because it is a good topic, and those views would go to our other videos. But because of the age restriction, that didn't pan out. So that's a bit of a bummer, to put it slightly. But so I'm going to go in now, and I got to work hard. I've got another good topic that is YouTube friendly that I'm going to be working on these next 2 days. And hopefully I'll do another update sooner than 3 weeks.